For Chapter 11, Tutorial 1, Figure 11-53, the Castlenut, we're going to start this one by selecting the top plane and going to Sketch. Then I'll go to Sketch View Orientation, and we're going to use the Palette command to bring in the hexagon. So I'm going to left-click and drag this in, and then close this. I want to left-click and drag this until it locks into the center, and then I'm going to go ahead and accept the scale, because I need to delete that dimension anyway. So we'll go to dimension and we'll put in the dimension across the flats at 104 as it's dimensioned in the book. So now I can finish this and extrude this shape, its total thickness, which is going to be 60. Now, just like we've done in a couple of the other videos, I'm now going to go to the front plane and do a new sketch on there so that I can get the rounded feature in here. So I'm going to project this edge, and then I'm going to draw a circle in here. Now, I already created that circle tangent to that, so that's one less constraint that I have to do. And I can place the other tangent constraint between here and here now if I choose to as well. The fillet on the outside of this is 20, so I can change this to 40 to get the correct fillet. And I do want to put a center line locked into my origin. Now I can use delete segment to get rid of the excess segments here, and now this is the profile that I'm going to revolve to get my filleted edge around this hex bolt. So I'm going to, or the Castlenut. So I'm going to click revolve and then select right here to remove material and then just say OK. Now, I do have an axis in the center here, so I can use that in the creation of my hole. So I'm going to click on hole, and I'm going to select this top edge and hit Control and select that axis. This hole is going to go through all, and it's going to have a diameter of 50. So now I can go ahead and just select that. Now, the next thing that I want to do, I don't really have a plane on that top surface, but I do have this flat edge right here. So I'm going to use this flat edge to my advantage, and I'm going to click on that flat edge. And if you notice, sometimes if you have a lot of different profiles in the way and you're trying to select one edge specifically, when I first left click this, I may need to left click it again so that I get that dark green color. And now I can go ahead and do sketch on there. And I want to go into sketch view. So on this, I've got a cutout that runs on each of these angled corners. So I can use any one of these to create this object. So the first thing I'm going to do is project this edge and this edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw two lines vertically. And now I'm going to put an equal constraint on those two lines. And that equal constraint should center them fairly well. So now I'll go to delete segments, and I'm going to get rid of that outside segment, and the two outside segments down here. And all I should be left with is a thickness, which in this case, I just need to change to 10. Now, if I look, I can verify that that is sitting above the surface, which is how I want it to be. So I can say OK and go to extrude. Now, I want this to go down a depth of 25, so I need to change its direction and select cut. And that should give me the cut profile. I can then go ahead and accept that, and then I'm going to go right to pattern and do an axis pattern on that feature using the same axis that I used to create my hole. I do want 6 objects, and I'm going to click this button to just say go around 360 degrees, and I'll say OK to that. And then what we're left with here is the completed Castlenut for Chapter 11, Tutorial 1.